Hey YouTubers, today's video is going to be plain and simple. We're going to first go to the propane store, change out our bottles, and then fill a bottle, and then come back and put it on. Then we're going to show you how to properly drain the black and gray tank. Here we go. Hey, welcome fellow YouTubers. Today I'm going to show you how to properly hook up your propane tank. First off, what you want to do is you want to ensure that you have no dirt on the inside. Okay, this is a little different setup. Okay, what I have is a gauge to tell me how much I've got in my bottle. And all I do is I just take a peek down on the inside there and make sure that blue seal is not ruptured, and everything looks good to be back here. So let's go ahead and get it set up. So the first thing I'm going to do is, of course, normally all this is going to be untitled because you're going to have to go fill it, and I've got my regulator set to this side, so I'm going to go ahead and get it set up there. These are not light by any means. Okay, so now that I've got the propane tank in its holder, okay, what I'm going to do is go ahead and get it secured. Just like that. Okay, now that's secured. Now you're going to take this right here, here's a little wing nut right here, because it's got wings and there's a nut on there. First put your regulator back on. Okay. And then slide it down. Make sure it's nice and tight. Okay, just like that. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert this side into the propane tank. So this side goes just like this, and we're going to go in. Now I put it at an angle, just like that, to make sure it's really good and tight. And then I take the regulator side and I screw it in, just like that. Okay. Oops. And I make sure the regulator's tight. It means the thing's tight. So we're going to go ahead and open it. Okay. And now if you can see this gauge, whoops, this gauge right here is saying I've got propane. And if you can see the regulator right there, you see how it's turned green? I've got propane. Now all we need to do is go inside and turn the heater on. Let's do that. We have got everything connected on the outside. Let's go over here to this button right here. This panel here will show you what you have in your tanks. You have your gray tank. Sorry, my bad. Your gray tank. You have your black tank. Mine's kind of full. You have your fresh water. During the winter time, I will not really put anything in my fresh water because I don't want it to freeze and crack the tank. Here is your battery. As you notice, we're good on the battery. Okay. Here is your water pump. So if you're boondocking, you come over here and you turn your water pump on, but you make sure you have water in your freshwater tank to do so. I'm not going to turn my pump on because we're connected to city water. Now, going back to hooking the propane up. Now here in the center is a little light. That's going to be a little light. Mine's turned off. When that light is on, that means it's time to get propane. But since we hooked it up, it's not going to come on. Now, here's your heater. It'll say HTR on it. Turn it on. Okay, mine is DCI, DIC, or direct ignition. So I don't have to go out and light it every time. Now, when you turn this on and that little light pops up, check it and make sure you're hooked up. Sometimes there's a little air in the line. But since we hooked it up nice and tight outside, then I'm not going to have any air in the line. But normally, when you turn your heater on and that light pops up, it's either you're out of propane or you need to go check your line. Okay? Now since that's on and no light is on, we're okay, we're good. Okay? So that's how you hook up propane and turn it on the inside. On the older model travel trailers and motorhomes, they didn't have it. You would have to go outside and physically light your hot water heater. This is your hot water heater. Okay, and your heater, I would have to suspect is. So remember, when the light is on, you're good. When that light here in the center is on, you're not good. Okay, now say if you run out of propane in the middle of the night and you got this on, it's not gonna be a big deal. You're not hurting it. Okay, if this light is on and this light is on and you run out of propane, turn your heater off, go outside and see what's going wrong. 9 times out of 10, you're out of propane or you got air in the line. And when you turn it on, you should hear a noise saying that it's turned on. Okay, I've gotten so used to it I don't hear it. I just know it's on. So that's how you hook up your propane, and that's it. Yeah, that's how you hook your propane up. I'm not gonna zoom out, I've got dishes to do. So guys, that's how you hook it up. Welcome back, fellow YouTubers. Right now, what we're going to do is I'm going to give you a quick little instruction on what to do in this area. Do not let this fool you. Do not let this scare you. Okay? This is your black tank and your gray tank. This is your gray tank handle. This takes care of your sink and your shower. This is your black tank. This takes care of what's in your potty. Okay, this is a 90 with a water spigot on the end so you can blast water through. We're not going to use this today, okay, because I've already dumped this a couple days ago, but we're going to go ahead and do it again today. What you want to do first, number one, ensure your gray tank is closed. Just like that. I have to get up off the ground. Okay, make sure that this is closed all the way. Okay, now what you want to do is slide over here to your your black tank. Open it up. Okay, just like that. Now I'm going to spare you the fluids that are coming out of my 90 because it's clear. Okay, but in the 90, when you don't see anything coming through anymore, go ahead and close off your black tank valve. Mine's broken, I gotta get another one. Okay, and it's just about there, so I'll spare you from the sight of stuff coming out. Okay, Now that it's done, you close your tank just like that. Okay, now you come back over here on normal settings, normal occasions, and pull your gray tank valve back open. Now if you have stuff in your tank, your gray tank valve, this will flush out all this line all the way down to your inlet to your city water sewage. Okay, but I'm going to run a little water through here soon to flush out that line. Don't let this fool you. Do not let this fool you, and do not be have a weak stomach. Okay, a lot of people don't have a clear 90 just like that to see when they're done, so they guess and they go back to their gauge and look. Okay, now my tank is full, still full. It's the winter time, and you know we're gonna have a lot of solids still left in there. So here in the next couple of weeks, what I'll do is I'll show you how to flush out a black tank with the water hose. Okay, like I said, this has to be closed first. If it already isn't, this has to be opened. You flush your tank, take that back, you drain your tank. Once you're done draining your tank, you close that valve and you reopen this one. Okay, do not by any means, and I tell you this now, have both your valves open. Okay, because if you have both your valves open and you take a nice steamer and it gets caught here, guess what your gray water tank's going to smell like? Last night's dinner. So close this valve off, open that valve, drain it, then close that valve, and then close that valve, open this one, flush your line. Okay, but in another thing, during the winter time, don't have that open. Don't have this open at all. Only when you're going to drain this tank. Okay, because if you leave this tank, your black tank, open, you're going to have TP. You're going to have a situation what they call, I'm going to flip the camera. You're going to have a situation what they call is TPing. all your liquids are going to drain out. Where your solids are going to go? It's going to build up, and guess what? Now you've got a TP. You got some little turtlet in there powwowing up. So what you want to do is always keep your black tank closed, so you can collect your solids and your liquids, and so it could break it down. Okay, I see a lot of numerous people, they say their toilets are stopped up. Well, if you look down inside your toilet, I'm pretty sure you've got a good little Indian powwow going on down there. Always keep your black tank closed so you can have a better breakdown of your solids and your liquids. Don't leave them both open, because your gray tank's going to smell like last night's dinner and previous dinners to go with. So please, I urge of you, don't leave your black tank open 24 hours a day. Okay, because especially during the winter time, if it freezes, you're frozen. You're completely frozen. So don't do it. Only shut your black tank, close your empty your black tank when you need to empty it out. Okay, now I leave my gray water open during the winter time because I run a little water going. That's just no big deal. So alright guys, you heard it. We'll see you guys later. Hey YouTube, again, it's me again. All the products that I've mentioned here today will have a link down below in the description. These are the things that your first time RVers are going to need. I'll even throw a link in there for a full kit on your sewer hose. Okay, one thing that I do suggest to any new RVers, or any RVers period, is to get this stuff right here, Tank Tech RX. okay? This will treat up to 68 tank treatments. It's 33.8 ounces. Now, it's kind of expensive. It's about 48 bucks, but it's well worth it. On a hot summer day, you get no tank odor. None. It cleans your tank, it breaks down your solids, and treats your tanks, and it goes out like normal, okay? I've heard a lot of stuff going on here about rv'sr, and I'm going to steer you 100% away from rv'sr. rv'sr promotes bacterial growth in your tank, and we all know what happens when you get a bacterial growth on anything. It stinks, and it stinks bad. So say you go out, it's 100 degrees outside, you treated your tank with rv'sr, you come back in, it smells like one big fart. Well, it's because it's the rv'sr in your tank promoting bacterial growth. Okay, this is biodegradable stuff. Sorry, this is biodegradable stuff. Okay, if you go out on a hot summer day, 102 degrees outside, you put your Tank Tech RX in your tank, and you come back, there is no odor, none whatsoever. Even when you go to dump your black tank, there is no odor whatsoever. rv'sr, I really shouldn't be using that name, but I'm going to use it anyways. rv'sr promotes bacterial growth, so it's going to really stink inside your RV or your motorhome. So my suggestion is to you, get the Tank Tech RX. The link will be in the description down below, and any product that I have mentioned here today will have a link down in the description, so you can go check it out for yourself. Happy RVing!